Hey guys, it's M4J here and welcome back to the M4J Journeyman here on Football Manager 2018. We are still playing as Llandudno, although we've not had the best start to the season. If you look at the league table here, we've played 5 games, only won once, lost 4 times. Got 3 points. We're only outside the relegation places by a single point. That being said, Cardiff Met Uni are on 0 points, and the reason I just said is because we won our last game and I have a horrible feeling it was against Cardiff Met Uni. Oh no, it was against Barry. By the way, you'll see here Danny Clifton, not only is he starting matches, he's also scoring goals. If I go up one, we played Prestatin, he scored in that game as well, and if I go up another one, we beat Carmarthen 6-4 in the Nathaniel MG Cup second round, and Clifton scored 5 of those goals. I could not believe it when I saw that. He was just banging them in left, right and centre. It was unbelievable. Unfortunately, like I said, the league form has been a little bit lacking. This was the first game we won. It was a 2-0 win. I've been tinkering with the tactics in every single game, which probably hasn't helped our case much, but it finally paid off. And I think this is the tactic I'm going to stick with for this game as well. We are playing Newtown in the Nathaniel MG Cup third round. Now this is the round of the tournament we were expected to get to by the board, and so far we are defying expectations, so I am mightily pleased with that. We have got a couple of injury concerns, I was going to say, maybe not. We got Williams here who looks like he might be okay to play actually. Greening is cup tied. Yes, he is cup tied, so we are going to bring in Mannix. In fact, Mannix is probably going to start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop out Chamberlain and I'm going to swap Mannix with Hart. So Mannix is going to start in the midfield. Finally, he was our big signing during the closed window, really. He was the one that was promised the most to me by my scout, and then he picked up an injury, which is why he hasn't played for us so far. Chamberlain, on the other hand, he hasn't unimpressed, but he also hasn't impressed. So I think he could do with sitting this one out. Fazil is unfortunately a victim of the tactic changing. We don't have the cam playing at the moment. We've got the 2 strikers, Clifton and Parsons. It was originally Clifton and Williams, but as you can see here, Williams has picked up an injury. Jones is also injured, so Parsons came in and that brought Fazil back onto the bench. Good thing about having Fazil on the bench is I can always change the 4-2-3-1 if necessary. Anyway, this is the lineup that we're going for with this match. Although that being said, I am going to put Massaro back in goal. For some reason my assistant prefers having Roberts in goal, but I prefer Massaro. I don't know if I'm being stupid or whether my assistant's being stupid, but it could just be personal preference. You know, that does tend to happen in the footballing world. Anyway, Massaro in goal. Taylor, Lynch, Phillips and Williams across the back. Williams is carrying a slight knock, so we'll have to monitor that. In fact, I'm going to put Howard on the bench. Actually, no, I'm not going to, because Taylor can also play left back. Yeah, that's fine. Shaw and Mannix in midfield, with Moses, Hart and Moses and Hart at the wings. I'm so used to saying 3 attacking players. And then Clifton and Parsons up front. Let's do this. I'm looking forward to seeing how Mannix gets on, considering so much has been promised of him. The team we played last time out, Barry, they also played a 4-2-3-1. I was playing the 4-4-2 by then, so unfortunately it wasn't like for like, but they're the first team that I've played that haven't played 5 at the back. So it took a few matches, but we finally found a team that like to play things my way. Although I have noticed, and this is one of the big things I changed in the tactic, because I was playing this 4-4-2 with the advanced wingers and it wasn't really working, but when in matches, the 3-2 that we lost against Prestatin, when I switched to Route 1 football, we were still playing it along the floor, funny enough, and we were still making chances that way, slipping it down the line and crossing it, but we were also playing a lot better and scoring both goals in that game. So last game I did Route 1 from the start and we scored twice again. So now it's just part of the tactic. Apparently playing Route 1 in Wales gets you goals. It's strange. I can't put my finger on it. And in fact, what's really strange about it is we're playing Route 1 allegedly, and yet in the last game, both my goals came from playing it along the floor 10 yards into the midfield and then spraying it 20 yards out wide, getting to the byline, pulling it back and smashing it home that way, which isn't Route 1. That's actually the total opposite of Route 1. Route 1 is goalkeeper kicks it straight up to striker, who runs through and scores pretty much, or flicks it on to another person who goes on and scores. And that's not what we've been playing, even though that's what I've been telling them to play. I don't know. I'm not going to complain. It means we won a match. It means we've got some points on the board. And if it means we win this match as well and get through to the 4th round of the Cup, then again, who am I to complain? What I do know is not much in the way of highlights so far this game, which is interesting. Also looking at the stats, Mannix is actually our best player so far. So it's good that we brought him in. 28 attempted passes, 30 attempted passes, 25 completed. Now 31-26, 32-27. It's going to keep going up as I say it, so I'm not going to keep reeling off the numbers. But yeah, it's nice to see him getting into the action now. I'm actually, after saying in the last episode it was about having a smaller squad, moving players into reserves and stuff, we then had a few injuries. We've still got a couple of injuries. As I say, Williams is out injured. 5 to 6 weeks I think they said he was out for. So I might have to start tapping into the reserves again and get some of those players back into the first team for a game or two. We'll have to see on that. But someone seems to get injured every game. You can see Mike Williams is now... looks like he's going to have to be brought off at half time. I don't think he's going to last the full 90. Well, I certainly don't think he's going to last the full 90. I don't think he's going to last 2 half time at this rate. Particularly as they're now breaking down the right. Good tackle there from Phillips. I don't even know where Williams was during that. Do you know what? I don't think it's worth the risk to half time because we could end up going a goal down. So I'm going to bring Cabualo on and move Taylor across to left back, which is exactly what I did last game, and it didn't cost me then, so I'm always willing to risk it a second time. Push my luck a little bit perhaps, but there you go. That is half time now by the looks of things, and it's 0-0, so we might have to have a look at our tactics. Moses isn't playing the best game of his career, so we'll keep an eye on him for the time being. We'll leave it as is for now, but we will keep an eye on him because you never know. Right, let's see how long it takes for the next highlight this time round, shall we? Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. I always get something in my throat when I'm about to record. I'll sit there perfectly fine, humming away, not a care in the world, and then as soon as I hover over the start record button, suddenly something gets in my throat. Or I need to cough, or I get a sneeze. Something really, really trivial and stupid, but sounds awful on video. It's really, really annoying. Let's talk about the football. Let's not talk about me. No one wants to know about that. Moses, you're coming off. Oh. Did I know about this 5 sub rule? I don't think I did. Oh dear. I shot myself in the foot a little bit then. Okay, I can't bring Moses off. I can bring on Edwards for sure. And change him to a central midfielder with attack. And see if that changes anything. I've got to remember, you're only allowed 5 subs in the cup. I don't know why they've made that a rule. It's a bit like the Football League Trophy in England, otherwise known as the Checker Trade Trophy. You're only allowed 5 subs in that as well, which I think is really dumb. I know that most clubs don't want to take it seriously, but if you want it to be taken seriously, then treat it like a serious competition. Don't be putting stupid rules in there. It's just going to make people go, well, why have they done that? Because that's not going to help their case at all. Right, let's see what happens here. Clifton on the ball. Moses is lingering. Flicks it over to Mannix. Through to Edwards. Oh, he tried to square it to Parsons. It's weird. I thought Parsons would have been the more successful of the two out of him and Clifton, but it's actually been the other way around. Clifton is, I mean, he's scoring 5 goals in a cup game. That's pretty damn good. You can't get much better than that. Apart from scoring 6 goals in a cup game, of course, which he very nearly did. To be fair, he very nearly did. The keeper saved it. What looked like a clear goal. Keeper managed to claw it away. So he could have had 6. I'm amazed he didn't get 6, really. It's not something I'm going to say I'm disappointed in him for not scoring 6, because that's just ridiculous. But yeah, he settled in really well. Parsons has grabbed a couple of league goals, but not as many as I'd have expected from him. It could just be he's taking his time to get settled, though, so yeah, I'm not going to have a go at him for that. He's sort of being played in the wrong role as well. Up front, I had him as a poacher to start with, which is his natural kind of thing. But because Clifton's now been playing there and doing really well, Parsons is currently playing as an advanced forward, which he's not as good at. Plus, I'm currently retraining him to be a shadow striker as well. So, oh, Clifton, goal. There you go. But yeah, if I'm retraining Parsons to be an attacking midfielder with a shadow striker mentality, then I can understand why he's not perhaps doing as well as an advanced forward. Yeah, that was a nothing ball through there. Clifton he's scored a couple like that actually, where he's just closed down the defence. That's kind of what he did in my Hatfield career as well, so it's good to see that the game has carried on that trait of his. It's a really good trait to have, particularly in leagues like this where defences can sort of dwindle on the ball a little bit. Close them down, put them under pressure. They'll either make a mistake or they'll just give you the ball. And that's exactly what happened. So that's worked out really, really well for us. And with 7 minutes to go, we are 1-0 up, and I was about to say looking comfortable, but actually they've had the same number of shots on target as us, so it's only our goalkeeper at the moment that's keeping things level. And I mean, I talk about Clifton closing down their defence. Our defence is just as vulnerable. I did have a look to see if there are any good centre-backs that I could maybe sign on a free transfer, but there don't appear to be any. And that's going to cost us because Newtown have equalised. Oh, my head's in my hands. I get really annoyed when that happens. It was a nothing ball forward, really. It really should have been brought down by one of our guys. Someone should have been there, essentially. And as soon as the ball got volleyed back, our defence just completely switched off and let them have it. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. This could be the 3rd match of mine that goes to extra time. I should say the other one, the round 2 match, did go to extra time. It was 4-4. And then Clifton scored. I think, did he score twice more or did he score once more? And then I think he scored once more, and then it was somebody else. I think it might have been Moss. Moss? No, not Moss. Moses. Who scored. I think that's what happened. I have to remind myself. But yeah, we're in extra time again. No wonder my players are getting tired. So many times we've gone to extra time. It's not good enough, really. In fact, I mean, I'm looking at that. My defence is not looking healthy. Particularly Lynch. So I'm going to make that sub. And then I'm going to yell at them to get creative. That should hopefully lead to some more chances. 6 shots. 9 shots. Did I just jump from 6 to 9? But we're the home team. We should be dominating the chances. And they've had more shots on target than us. Yes, we've had more shots. But, I mean, does it really count if they're not on target? Not really. Because you can't score from a shot that's not on target. Unless it has a massive deflection. Was that a shot? Bloody hell, Moses. I mean, I said get creative. I didn't say get stupid. I can't shout at them again. Not until half time at least. Maybe not even then. Come on, boys. Just got to score a goal. I don't care how. Just got to score a goal. Half time and extra time. Can't shout at them just yet. Maybe I can now. Yes, I can. Push forward. There's a toss between that and demand more. I think push forward will do the job. Tell them just to keep getting forward, keep making chances. No one's had a particularly bad game. Parsons is on a 6.5, and he's the worst in the team. And like I said, he's not exactly being played in his preferred role, so it could just be down to that. If I play him as the poacher instead of Clifton and effectively swap them over, the tables could turn. Who knows? Right, Moses thumps it forward into Clifton, who is through on goal. Just the shot got away from him a little bit. Didn't get his knee over the ball enough. Bit disappointing that. Come on, boys, keep going. I did genuinely believe at one point that the next time I make a video in this series, it will be me at the job centre looking for another club, because although my job wasn't necessarily under threat at that time, being bottom of the table without a win, losing all of your games, it's not a great way to start, is it? I mean, Frank de Boer, look what happened to him. 4 games, no goals, no wins, sacked. I think that was ridiculous still, but there you go. Right, we've gone to penalties. I'm not sure I trust my players with penalties. As you saw there, we didn't really have anyone with high penalty taking. The only one we do have is Thomas, and he's a centre-back. So, let's see what happens. He scored his one. It's a good start. That is a good start. Now we just need Massaro to save some. I wonder if they've got the ABBA system on here or not. I'm imagining they don't, because I don't think it's been introduced in Wales. No, it hasn't been introduced in Wales. Or maybe it has and I just haven't carried it over to the game yet. Clifton puts it away. That was so nearly saved. My heart was in my mouth then. You can normally tell when they kick it whether it's going to be saved or not, and that one I genuinely wasn't sure. Yeah, they've scored theirs as well. Come on. Can I shout at them when they're... Oh, I can. Demand more. Ah, who was that? Taylor. Not good, not good, not good. Definitely need Massaro to save one now. Oh, I thought he had for a second. I thought he had. Come on, Mannix. Put it away. Yes! Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Massaro, you have to save this. You have to save this. Oh, he went totally the wrong way. Alright, now we have to score this. Otherwise we lose. Come on. He's taking it. Oh, it's Parsons. Oh no. Oh, Robbie. Don't do this to yourself, mate. Come on. I mean, if you score it and then Massaro saves it, you're both heroes. If you miss it, the fans will hate you. I'll still love you, but the fans will probably hate you. Oh, Robbie. Oh, I'm so sorry, Robbie. Oh, I wish I could give him a team talk just to say, you know, I don't blame you. Oh. That's so harsh. So harsh. Alright, so we're out of the cup, which is a bit disappointing, but we did meet the expectation at least. I think the next bit of this episode is probably going to be the TNS match. So, last episode I just cut the recording and came back for the next one. This time around, I'm going to just carry on with the game. Sorry, I was just thinking if there is a way to say that I don't blame him. I can praise the last game. Alright, he wasn't happy about that. I was trying to be nice, Robbie. Alright, you cost us the game. Is that what you want me to say? Clifton was superb in front of goal. I mean, yes, he scored, but he did also mess one up. So, I think the Clifton... I'm going to call it the Clifton conundrum, actually, because it's quite an interesting way that this has worked. Because in Football Manager last year, Clifton was good enough for Hatfield in the first couple of seasons. I think he was good for the first 3 seasons, maybe, but he was more of a fringe player in the 3rd season. Well, technically it was the 4th season, the second time I played it, as I got promoted. So he's about good enough for English level 8, give or take. So does that mean... Oh no, 7, sorry, not 8. 7. So does that mean that this Welsh League is the equivalent to English level 7, which is the Isthmian Premier? Maybe the league below that, actually. Maybe the Isthmian South. Or North/South. Because that seems to be his ceiling in last year's game. Yes, his stats would have changed for this year. But I mean, this year he's playing in the Welsh Premier League and he's doing really well. So, are they comparative? Or am I being a bit unfair on the Welsh League there? Who knows? What I do know is we're still struggling to get a director of football. I've pretty much had that advert running since last episode and no one has applied. Not one person has applied. It's getting a little bit frustrating now. Just a little bit. But yeah, we got the next match coming up, which is against TNS, the New Saints, and we are going to try, one way or another, to end their reign of terror at the top of the league. They've won the league every season for the last 6 seasons, I think. Let me check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, for the last 6 seasons. And even then, Bangor City won it, and then they won. TNS won it again. And then down here you got TNS won it 3 times in a row. And here they won it. Barry, extinct Barry, won it 3 times here and then twice there. But yeah, we want to end TNS's reign of terror. We want to be that team that everyone says, oh, they could have got into the Europa League if they just won one more game. No, I mean, you know, you could say that about a lot of teams. But anyway, let's do this. Let's try and beat them. Hopefully we've got a couple of the injured players might be on the road back. I think Williams should be okay. According to this, oh yeah, Parsons reacted badly to my last chat. With that in mind, I'm probably going to start Fazil in this game as a deep lying forward. I'm struggling to see what colour the things are. Put him at support. We'll try that to start with and see how we get on. Because you never know, we might do okay. I might also switch to a different formation still, so there's no guarantee that this is how we're going to start the match. And in fact, because I want to play Fazil, I think I'm going to switch to this. So it's a bit different. Here we're going to have defense full. Oh no, just fullback. Just fullback. Set to defend. Let's come back to wingback again. Oh, alright, we'll leave it at wingback then. Lynch, you're going to play as a central defender, set to defend. Is that right? Yeah. There we go, now it's changed. Mannix, ball winner, support. Shaw, you're going to be a central midfielder, set to attack. You are going to be an attacking midfielder set to support. You're going to be a poacher set to attack. Moses, you're going to be a wide target man set to attack. And Hart, you're going to be a winger. Yeah, pretty much as you are now, set to attack. In terms of team instructions, we are going to go pump the ball to the box, shoot on sight, exploit the middle, go route 1. Much deeper line. We're not going to use the offside trap. We're going to take more risks. because I think that's the only way we're going to win against these guys. Just check quickly. We have got a 7-man bench. Good. Let's play ball and see how we get on. We might get battered. We might only just lose 1-0. Who knows? They're playing a 4-3-3. I know that much. But yeah. Let's have a look. New Saints, I've known about them for years. I know how good they are. They're currently sitting second in this league. I've absolutely no idea because I'm sitting a little bit away from my screen. Okay, we're shooting right to left. So that's Clifton on the ball now. Plays it out to Hart. Back inside to Clifton, who's lost it. Although you'd never know at first glance. That's a ball over the top to Knight. He's going to cross it in. Good header out from the striker there. Get it out. Lynch, good boy. And break and play. That was a bit of a fast-paced start. End-to-end action there. Could have easily got into the box from either team. Alright, their keeper punts it long. Headed up in the air by Knight. Hart has somehow managed to hold on to that, but then he gave it away. Ball returned forward. Long ball over the top. Moses has got onto it. Shoots, scores! Llandudno have taken the lead against New Saints. That was a great ball from Hart over the top. Into the path of Moses, who I absolutely slated in the last game for not playing well enough. It was Shaw there with the ball. Hart just thumped it over the top. Into Moses. That's a really tidy finish, actually. And Clifton was there for the rebound if it ever came to it. Well, there you go. What do you know? What a start that was. That was really good start. 4 minutes in, we're 1-0 up. The only problem now is, can we hold on to that lead for the next 80 minutes? Fingers crossed. Right, needs to do a little bit better defending there. Clear the ball a bit better. Ball comes back into the back post. Oof, that could have easily been a goal. That could have easily been a goal. Just seeing if I recognise any of their players. I don't think I do. Although Gornell, that name looks familiar. Is that who I think it is? It is who I think it is. Terry Gornell. I do know that name. Yeah, Accrington. I'm not his biggest fan. Let's put it that way. Being a Steamage fan, I am not the biggest fan of an ex-Accrington player. Alright, ball over the top, cleared. Moses loses out on the header there. Got to get a bit tighter to them. Or at least put them under pressure. We got to force the mistake. Thump clear there. Moses does get it. He plays it back to Massaro, who clears it long. Fazil heads it to Clifton. Good ball round the corner there. And Shaw. He hits it. Oh, just over the top. I couldn't work out if that's one of our players or one of theirs coming in at the back post. We're certainly taking the game to them at the start here. They've had more chances, but we are getting the ball in some good areas. Fazil here on the ball to Taylor. Round the corner to Moses. Crosses it in. Deflects behind for a corner. Almost an own goal by Brobble, says the game. Taylor again crosses it in. Headed it out. Fazil, is he going to get there? Not quite. Cleared for a throw. I think the ratio of chances is about what you'd expect from a home away team. So the fact we've only had 2 shots, I wish we'd have had more. 1 on target, maybe more, but the fact that it went in, you know, that does sort of take some of the sting out of it a little bit. And the fact that I think all 4 shots they've had on target we've not seen replays of, so they mustn't have been that good, or Masaru just had it under control. But yeah, we're approaching half time, going up to 40 minutes. In fact, we just crossed over into 40 minutes as I was saying that. And it's still 1-0. That worries me a little bit though, because we've got a whole second half to go, and the team are starting to look a little bit tired, as you can see. So I might have to bring Cabualo on. Although that being said, Taylor's looking tired as well. We'll have a look at his condition at half time. See if he's recovered. Difference with him is he's not coming back from an injury like Williams is. He's recovered, but not by much. So we've got 3 players there potentially who are quite tired. Lynch can also play left back, so we can always move him over and bring Thomas on. And then bring Cabualo on for Taylor. That's why it's always nice to have some versatility in your squad. And then we can bring on Edwards maybe for Mannix. We'll see what the next 10 minutes brings us first before we decide to make any changes. And even then, we don't have to make them all in one go. We can always do them in stages. Right, Shaw with a free kick finds Phillips at the back post, and he has scored. It was Fazil who flicked it on. We're 2-0 up against the New Saints, guys. Can you believe that? This tactic might actually be starting to work. Yeah, Shaw with the ball in there. Fazil just flicked it on. Phillips with the shot. It did take a deflection. I did spot the deflection there. But it went in. That's what's really important at the end of the day. Right, subs. So Cabualo is going to come on for Taylor. And then I'm going to bring on Thomas for Williams, and then swap these 2 guys over. And I will make the 3rd sub. And it'll be Hassel who I'll bring on, because he did start the season there, so I know he can play in that position. Right, let's see what happens now. Big kick forward from their goalkeeper. Headed back by Lynch to Hart, who did miscontrol it. Ball over the top. Cabualo has completely misread that, and he's tackled the guy but passed it straight to Draper, who has grabbed one back for TNS. That was not good defending from Cabualo there. See here, when the ball was kicked there, he could have easily got onto that. He just totally misread it, and then there, you never slide across. You never slide the ball across your own box like that. That's just poor. Really, really poor. And he's single-handedly given them a route back into this game. And I imagine with the squad that they've got options on the bench. They can start turning the screw if they want to. And even here now, look, he's completely left his man unmarked at the back there. We've somehow got it clear, although Fazil has not done a good job with that header. The ball's come back in, and there you go. 2-2. Damn it. There's no point going defensive. Even if I'd have gone contain at half time, they still would have managed to break through, I bet. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. Fazil there had a really good chance to get rid of that. He just completely miscued his header. Right, well, we were 2-0 up against the dominant side, but now it's not going well. They've had 20 shots, 9 on target. So I guess that shows how well Masaro's played. He's probably up for man of the match, to be honest. Even though the game's only giving him a 6.7, I think if you're keeping 7 shots out like that, you must be doing something right. Now they're on the break. Draper just got a little bit selfish there. Don't mind if they're going to do that. Big kick forward. Moses heads it back to Shaw. Out to Cabualo, who's got a lot of making up to do. That's not how you go about it. Moses perhaps could have closed the ball down there a little bit faster. Opted not to. The cross comes in. Good save Massaro, but rebound. Goes in. Really frustrating. I'm trying to keep a positive spin on it. We're playing against a team that usually wins the league, but we've just blown a 2-0 lead. That's the cold, harsh reality of it all. We were 2-0 up, and now we're not. So yeah, we got that going for us. We've still got 20 minutes to go. This could turn into a bit of a rout if we're not careful. And I can't even make any more substitutions because I thought at 2-0 we were in a good enough position that we could do them. Yeah. Oh well, we got 10 minutes to go. Who knows, we might be able to snatch an equaliser. If I demand more from the players, they might push up. Got just over 7 minutes to go. Ball down the line there. Draper tried to cross it, it was well blocked. Hassel now on the ball. He's holding on to it a little too long, and I've no idea what the guy in the middle was doing there. I don't think that was Hassel's fault. I don't think that was Hassel's fault at all. I think he did everything right there. I mean, it says here he played a bad ball, but in my opinion, that is not a bad ball. That's a foot away from whoever that was in the middle. Who is that? Oh, I saw it for a second. Phillips. That was Phillips' fault, that goal. No, doesn't matter what the game says. That was Phillips' fault. He's completely messed that up. And now we're in trouble. As they come through again. Yep. Fletcher. What can I say? Credit to them. You know, they didn't give up. They were 2-0 down. They didn't give up. They came back. But we really let them have this one. Quite annoyed by this. We were doing so well. I don't even think the substitutions are what's done it, to be honest. Caballo maybe, but I don't think moving Lynch out wide has had that big an effect on the team. I certainly don't think bringing Hassel on has had that big an effect. And to be honest, I mean, yeah, Caballo made a mistake for one of the goals, but he didn't make a mistake for the other 4. I don't want to scapegoat individuals. The whole team has played badly in this second half. Alright, Clifton with the ball out wide to Moses, who crosses it in. Oh, we get one back. Where was that goal 20 minutes ago, guys? Come on. Good ball from Moses. Great finish from Hart. Well played from Clifton as well. Dropping deep here. You wouldn't expect a poacher to drop that deep or play a pass that good. But there you go. And Hart just ghosting in at the back. Good finish. I like that decision to retrain Hart as a winger. He's picked it up already as well, which is good. It means he's adaptable. These are all players. I mean, they're good for Llandudno, but I'm also looking, if I get another job and I move on, do I want to take any of these players with me? You know, it's going to be that kind of series where I'm going to be trying to, well, not poach as such. I mean, I tend to not like it in real life when a manager moves clubs and then takes the players with them. Because it always makes me ask the question, well, why didn't they just stay where they were if those were the players they wanted to manage? But I will be looking to do something along those lines in this series, as well as looking for players from teams that I've played against, like, you know, the New Saints. Could I take some players from them if I move to a club where they would want to play for me? Who knows? What I do know is I'm sick and tired of watching them score. Show some passion, boys. Oh, that's just a really poor touch. Player went for the ball that wasn't even meant to be his. And that's full time. It's full time. Be interesting to see what the assistant says. Yeah, tell the team that their performance was disappointing. It was. It really was. That game promised so much at half time, and then it all went wrong. But yeah, that'll do for this episode, I think. I'm going to go away, lick my wounds, So I did say before that the third round is when we're going to come back, and that's exactly what happened. This time around, to be honest, all of these matches, I think I'm just going to play and not worry too much about coming back for episodes. If something noteworthy happens, then I will obviously come back. But right now, I think it's about building up my reputation, trying to get coaching badges, that kind of thing. So until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series, drop some comments down below with ideas for tactics, signings, all that sort of thing. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon. And I can't believe we let that lead slip.